Now, Nigel, I would argue it's actually Harry and Meghan who have been stoking the culture war for the past 2 years by allowing this false narrative that the British royal family is racist to travel around the world, when clearly Harry doesn't actually believe that.
First things first, you can only reconcile when one side stops firing on the other. But at the moment, Harry and Meghan are putting senior members of the royal family under a 24/7 bombardment they can't possibly reconcile until that stops and there is a short period of peace. That's the first point to make. The second point to make, who the hell does he think he is? What is he, some sort of godlike, deified figure all over the world who can solve the world's problems? I reckon some therapist in Los Angeles told him that, and he believes it, along with much, much else. They are the ones deep, deep into the culture war. Just have a look at that Netflix documentary. Have a look at what they said about a whole range of political issues. They're the ones not prepared to compromise. I'm pleased at least they've taken away the slur of racism against the royal family, but not until huge global damage was done. And look, I think the guy is a dim-witted druggie. I'm afraid that all the therapy he's gone through has proved to be a disaster. He's metamorphosized into a different human being. 10 years ago, his popularity rating was over 80%. Behind the Queen, he was one of the most popular royals of all time. It's now plunged to 25%. It will go down further. And, one day when Meghan gets rid of him, that I really will fear for his future. But right now, I'm far more concerned about personal details, about his brother, his father, being put out to the world in the most disgraceful way. And the idea that Spinner Camilla is somehow the Peter Mandelson of the royal operation, manipulating the global media against Meghan because she might be too popular. Dan, it's for the birds.
I know.
The saddest thing is he believes it's all true.
Yeah, he does, because he's surrounded himself by yes men and by people who add to this world of delusion rather than actually sometimes giving him some necessary home truth. So, OK, Nigel, you're King Charles, you're Prince William. How do you deal with this guy? Because they hate him now, Nigel, or they hate what he's doing at the very least. I think Charles actually wants to reconcile. But from what I'm told, William sees absolutely no way back. This is nuclear level anger from William now. So
I think that parents, I think parents can reconcile themselves to all sorts of things their children have done. I think when brothers fall out in a way like this, it's forever. I don't see that rift being mended. And if I was William, in his position after what's been said and what's been done, I wouldn't even want to reconcile. So I don't think that'll happen. But I do ask myself a question. Given the moronic thing he said about killing 25 Taliban, if he comes to the coronation, doesn't he present a risk to everybody?
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, Nigel, is that he has spent the past 2 years slamming the royal family for putting his security at risk by taking away government-funded cops. And actually, he's done far more now with this Taliban revelation to actually put the entire royal family at risk for a number of years. It's stupidity to the nth degree, isn't it? So actually, I think he has a responsibility to stay away from the coronation, if I'm honest.
Yes, I do. He's put the royal family at risk. He's also put every British man and woman in our armed forces at much greater risk wherever they may be serving across the entirety of the world. And nobody now in the army, which was his second family, will have anything less than contempt for what he has done. He is utterly friendless. He deserves to be. And I just think, Dan, people like you and I have spent too much time criticising Meghan, not recognising that it's Harry himself who has betrayed his family, betrayed his country, smashed as much as he can the legacy of his grandmother, the Commonwealth. He is the real bad actor in all of this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can't blame Meghan for this. Absolutely not. This was all the work of Harry. Fascinating. Nigel, it was a brilliant show tonight. And, of course, Nigel back at 7 p.m. tomorrow night here on GB News.